The year is 2026, and a new chapter is being written in Southeast Asia's maritime defense playbook. The Philippine Navy, once regarded as modest and under-resourced, is now rapidly transforming into a more capable, assertive, and technology-forward force. This isn't just a story about boats or fleets, it's about sovereignty, deterrence, and the reawakening of a naval doctrine crafted under pressure. Today, we dive into the game-changing modernization of the Philippine Navy warships, how these vessels compare globally, what strategic role they serve in one of the world's most hotly contested maritime zones, and how this fits into the country's broader defense narrative in 2026. Let's start with the most high-profile assets of the Philippine Navy's future fleet. 1. Jose Rizal-class frigates, a fully operational and enhanced. The two Jose Rizal-class frigates BRP Jose Rizal, FF-150, and BRP Antonio Luna, FF-151A were once the headline of the Navy's modernization. Built by Hyundai Heavy Industries and delivered in 2020 and 2021, these warships were the first true multi-role frigates in Philippine service. In 2026, they've gone from symbolic upgrades to fully integrated combat-ready vessels. Key enhancements since 2024 include upgraded electronic warfare systems, integration with Link 16 data link architecture for NATO and allied interoperability, and the fitting of vertical launch systems, VLS, for medium-range air defense missiles. These upgrades now give the Jose Rizal-class a sharper edge in blue water combat and coastal defense. With full anti-submarine warfare capability, surface strike options, and credible radar coverage, these frigates now lead the country's maritime presence in the West Philippine Sea. 2. The arrival of the corvettes, HHI's next-gen vessels. By 2026, the Philippine Navy has taken delivery of the first of two brand-new corvettes under the Corvette Acquisition Program. Also constructed by South Korea's Hyundai Heavy Industries, these corvettes bridge the gap between the larger Jose Rizal-class and smaller patrol assets. But make no mistake here, these corvettes pack a punch. They are armed with a main gun, anti-ship missiles, torpedo launchers, and the latest 3D AESA radar systems. Each one is designed with stealth features and a low radar cross-section to enhance survivability in contested waters. What makes these warships stand out in 2026 is their modularity. Each vessel can be rapidly reconfigured for ASW, surface warfare, or patrol duty, depending on operational demands. That's a massive leap in adaptability, especially for a navy that once had to rely on legacy World War vessels. 3. Missile boats, other projects in full swing. Their Fast Attack Interdiction Craft missile program is one of the most tactical naval upgrades in the country. Designed for hit-and-run tactics, these fast missile boats are tailored for archipelagic warfare. In 2026, the Philippine Navy has commissioned multiple Shaldag Mark V variants from Israel shipyards. These boats, compact but heavily armed, now form the backbone of the country's coastal interdiction forces. Each is equipped with Typhoon remote weapon stations, Rafael Spiker missiles, and lightweight radar systems. In swarms, these missile boats can ambush larger vessels, deny coastal access, and conduct patrols in contested areas like Palawan, Zambales, and Batanes. For a country spread across over 7,600 islands, these agile assets are not just important, they're essential. 4. Landing dock ships, a projection and disaster response. A critical role of the Navy is HADRA, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. In 2026, the Navy's two landing platform docks, BRP Dalek, LD 601, and BRP Davao del Sur, LD 602, are no longer seen as mere transport vessels. These are now fully networked command and control centers with upgraded navigation, communications, and aviation systems. Both vessels now support multiple helicopters, including the AW109 and upgraded Black Hawk variants. These ships serve in logistics, amphibious operations, and are being increasingly used in joint exercises with US, Australian, and Japanese forces. A third and fourth LPD are reportedly under negotiation with Indonesian or South Korean builders, aiming for even more amphibious capability by 2028. 5. Submarine program: a silent progress, loud impact. While no submarine has yet joined the Navy in 2026, classified negotiations and strategic planning have accelerated. The Department of National Defense confirmed a short list, France's naval group offering there, South Korea's pitching the Dosnan, and Turkey entering with the race-class variants. The submarine base in Mindra is nearing completion, and funding for at least 2 diesel-electric submarines is included in the revised AFP Modernization Program Horizon 3. Although unseen, the commitment to undersea warfare is very real. This is the most transformative part of the Philippine Navy's modernization, moving from a surface-only force to a true tri-dimensional fleet. 6. Integration with allies, exercises and tech sharing. 2026 has been the busiest year yet for joint exercises, Balikatan, and have all seen expanded participation and live-fire drills. The United States, Japan, Australia, and France are now not only defense partners, but tech-sharing allies. The integration of Link 16, sharing of maritime domain awareness through the Indo-Pacific Partnership for Maritime Security, IPMS, and port visits by nuclear-powered allies are all part of the shifting regional naval balance. 7. The drone era: a unmanned naval power. Another quiet but significant addition to the Philippine Navy's arsenal in 2026 is the deployment of unmanned surface vessels, and UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, for ISRO intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. These drones, many of them acquired through bilateral agreements or direct purchase from Israeli and American defense companies, are now deployed from the LPDs and forward island bases. They extend the Navy's eyes and ears deep into disputed territory without putting sailors at risk. In some cases, AI-powered data processing has cut threat response time by more than half. What used to be a blind spot in the archipelago is now under near-continuous digital surveillance. 8. Naval bases: a expanding footprint. Naval installations have been upgraded across the board. From Subic Bay to Oyster Bay, and from Zamboanga to Batanes, new piers, runways, logistics hubs, and air-sea refueling points have made the Philippines a more capable maritime player. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, has facilitated U.S. infrastructure funding in 5 key Philippine bases, many of which now serve dual use for both domestic and allied operations. 9. Future plans: a Horizon 3 and beyond. With Horizon 3, 2023-A 2028, in full implementation, the goals are ambitious. 2 new submarines, 2 additional corvettes, 1 strategic sea-lift vessel, 1 multi-mission offshore vessel, more patrol gunboats and expansion of naval aviation, more naval helicopters, UAVs. It's no longer just about matching China's numerical advantage. The plan is now capability over quantity, interoperability over isolation, and network-centric warfare readiness. 10. why it all matters at the West Philippine Sea. All of these upgrades are not just for show. At the core of this transformation is the enduring issue of the West Philippine Sea. With China's continued grey zone activities of militia boats, Coast Guard intimidation, and illegal island building, the Philippines needs credible deterrence. Warships are diplomacy with steel. Presence is power. Every radar sweep, every patrol, every missile-loaded corvette signals that the Philippines is no longer a passive observer but an active protector of its seas and national dignity. 11. Domestic production, the hope for independence. Another overlooked trend is the Navy's push for local shipbuilding capacity. The Philippine Navy has partnered with private industry and industry to design and eventually produce smaller vessels domestically. Though still in its early stages, the vision is clear: reduce dependence on foreign suppliers, improve local engineering capabilities, and create jobs in shipyards like those in Cavite, Cebu, and Subic. The long-term goal? A self-reliant defense ecosystem. 12. The Navy's role in the 2026 AFP. Let's not forget, the Navy doesn't operate in a vacuum. It's now integrated with the PAF's maritime patrol aircraft, the PCG's new multi-role response vessels, and the Army's coastal missile defense batteries. Together, they form the archipelago's shield, capable of defending sea lanes, supporting ground operations, responding to disasters, and pushing back against incursions. Conclusion: a Navy reborn. In just a few short years, the Philippine Navy has gone from outdated to upgraded, from symbolic to strategic. These warships aren't just about hardware, they're about hope. Hope for security. Hope for sovereignty. And hope that the archipelago, long seen as a maritime frontier, now becomes a naval leader. So the next time you see those steel hulls slicing through Philippine waters, know that behind them is a powerful story of struggle, transformation, and an unshakable will to defend. Because in 2026, the Philippine Navy is not just patrolling the sea. It's protecting the future.